everybody. Today we're going to look at transformations of functions. We'll also add in graphing multiple transformations for a singular function.
Our next type of transformation is called a reflection. If I have a negative outside the function, that is going to flip it over the x-axis. If I have a negative inside, so I'm taking f of negative x, I'm going to flip over the y-axis. Probably the easiest thing to do is show you that really quickly. This is x squared, and if I flip it over the x-axis, this is negative x squared. See how it went upside down? The one I always think about for the y-axis is the square root of x. And then if I flip it over the y, now it's going to the left. This is the square root of negative x. So those are the ones I think of to really help me out. So I'm going to show you that a little bit better, same function, but we'll also talk about domain and range. So I'm thinking it flipped upside down. So 0, 0, I have 1, 1, I have negative 1, 1. I'm hoping by now we're getting kind of used to this look of what we had. So what we used to have, and let me draw kind of like a dashed kind of thing. To say we used to have this, right? We used to have x squared. And if I think about x squared, the domain was all reals. But the range was only positive or 0, so I had 0 to infinity. Now that we flipped it upside down, the domain stayed the same, negative infinity to infinity, but my range really changed. Now I can see I have mostly negative answers, so this is negative infinity to 0, so I see a big change in the range for this one. The other one we talked about, the square root of x. So we said instead of right, it's going left. So the right, this is our original square root of x. But now I'm going to the left, so let me draw that in for you. Here's the square root of negative x. Now the domain of the square root of x was 0 to infinity. And the range was also 0 to infinity. This time, this flip over the y-axis changed the domain, but it left the range alone. So the domain now is negative infinity to 0, and the range is 0 to infinity. So it's not always going to do the same thing. Just by using a reflection doesn't always change the domain, doesn't always change the range. It kind of depends on what function I have. Then we can put these together. So combined transformations means I have a function that has multiple types of transformations. And what you want to do is use your order of operations to decide how you're going to do this, so what you want to do first. So the first one, f of x plus 5, normal, just one transformation, which is up 5. F of x minus 2, only one transformation, which is right 2. Then C is f of x plus 1 minus 3. So two things. It's going to go left 1, and then it'll go down 3. Then negative f of x plus 4. So again, two transformations. I'm going to reflect over the x-axis, and then I will go up 4. And I would want to do it in that order, kind of reflect over x, then push it up. That would really help. Here I have f of x is negative the absolute value of x plus 6. So I have two transformations. This negative is over x, and this is up 6. I'll draw normal absolute values since the first time I did absolute value today. So it looks like a V, goes through 0, 0, 1, 1, negative 1, 1. Now I'm going to flip it upside down, so I will show you that first. So flipping it upside down, 0, 0 stays the same, but instead of positive 1, I go negative 1. Positive 1 goes negative 1. So now I have this shape. And I'm going to take away my original absolute value so this doesn't get too messy. Now I want to move this up 6. So 0, 0 goes up to 6. I think it's easiest to go one on the right, one on the left, instead of having to think move it up 6, but you could do either one. So here is my up 6. So this is my overall answer. This is my f of x. Here's another one with multiple transformations. I have x minus 2 cubed minus 4. This is going right 2 and then down 4. I will do it in 3 steps to kind of help us out. So the first step is draw x cubed. X cubed, 0, 0, 1, 1, negative 1, negative 1. Curves up, it curves down. I'm going to do -2 first because I think about if I plugged in a number, say that I wanted to plug in 5. If I plugged in 5, I would do 5 minus 2. That would be the first thing I do. So I want to first do that -2. So I'm going to move 2 to the right. So 2 to the right, 1 to the right, 1 to the left. I kind of try to do this 1 to the right, 1 to the left each time. It really helps me out. I'm going to erase my original function so I don't have too much on my graph. Now I'm ready to move down 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 to the right, 1 to the left. Curve up, curve down. Let's erase this second step.